Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we have something really exciting for you. An iconic piece of American history that could be worth more than you ever imagined. If you're into rare coins or just love discovering hidden treasures, stick around because we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. You won't believe just how much this coin could be worth. Now, when you think of U.S. quarters, you probably think of the ones you casually spend every day. But did you know that some of these quarters, especially from the state series, can be worth a small fortune? The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter is one of those hidden gems that many collectors are keeping their eyes on, and for good reason. This quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program that was launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. Each coin in this series represents a different state, showcasing a piece of America's heritage. The Connecticut Quarter was released as the fifth coin in the series, and its design is rich in history. The reverse side features a beautiful image of the charter oak, a symbol of the state's pride and history. The tree was the site where the original charter granting Connecticut its statehood was hidden from the British during colonial times. It's an emblem of freedom and resilience, two qualities that shape the history of not only Connecticut but the entire United States. But what makes this coin so special? Well, it's not just about the design. It's about rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, it's the condition of the coin and some unique errors that can drastically increase its value. Most of these quarters were circulated and spent, so finding one in mint or near mint condition is incredibly rare. The real treasure lies in those few examples that escape the daily grind of commerce. Now, here's where things get really interesting for collectors. There are some key errors that make certain 1999 Connecticut quarters extremely valuable. A few of these quarters have what's known as a dropped letter error, where part of the lettering on the coin is missing or poorly stamped. This happens during the minting process, and these flawed coins are highly sought after by collectors. Others may have slight design variations or metal inconsistencies that make them stand out. The rarer the error, the higher the price tag. So if you happen to find one of these minting mistakes, you're holding on to something truly special. For those who are looking for a pristine example, the condition of the coin is everything. A quarter that has been well preserved, free from scratches, tarnish, or wear can fetch a much higher value than one that's been through years of circulation. Coins that have been carefully stored in a collection, or even better, graded by a professional, are far more valuable. But wait, let's talk numbers. This is the part where you'll want to listen closely. If you happen to have one of these rare Connecticut State quarters in excellent condition, especially one with an error, it could be worth an astonishing $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000. Imagine finding one of these hidden treasures in your spare change or going through an old coin collection. It's a small, simple coin, but with the right combination of rarity and condition, it can be worth a small fortune. So, coin lovers and treasure hunters, make sure to check your Connecticut State quarters closely. If you find one that looks a bit different, or if it's in immaculate condition, it might just be time to get it appraised. Who knows? You could be sitting on a rare gem worth thousands of dollars. Top 2, we're diving into a coin that not only represents America's stunning natural beauty, but could also be worth more than you'd ever expect. That's right. Today we're talking about the 2020 National Park State Quarter, one of the most sought-after coins in the U.S. minting series. You might think, a quarter from 2020? That's not really old enough to be valuable. Well, think again. The 2020 National Park State Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, which honors national parks across the United States. The specific design on this coin features the beautiful Weir Farm National Historic Site, located in Connecticut. The farm is famous for its connection to American Impressionist artists, and the quarter beautifully depicts a painting easel with a landscape in the background, a fitting tribute to the nation's artistic history. But here's where things get really interesting. This quarter has a unique place in coin history. Not only is it part of a series that honors national parks, but it also features some rare minting errors that are making collectors drool. You see, the U.S. Mint is known for producing millions of coins each year, and not all of them are perfect. Some coins come with slight flaws or variations in the design, and these minting errors can skyrocket the coin's value. For example, there are 2020 National Park quarters with some fascinating errors. One of the most common is a dropped letter error, where part of the lettering on the coin is either faint or completely missing. This happens when the minting press doesn't fully strike the design onto the coin. Another rare issue collectors have found is a misaligned die error, which means the design wasn't properly aligned when it was struck on the coin, causing the image to be off-center. These types of mistakes make the coin unique, and in the world of coin collecting, the rarer the error, the higher the value. You might be wondering, what makes this particular quarter so special? Well, although millions of these quarters were produced, the ones that escaped the usual wear and tear of daily circulation, especially those with errors, are incredibly hard to find. Most of these coins get worn down quickly and are either discarded or spent, but finding one in pristine, near-perfect condition, or even better, one with a minting error, puts you in a very elite club of collectors. But let's get to the good stuff. How much could a 2020 National Park quarter actually be worth? Well, if you have one of these rare gems in pristine condition or with an error, you could be holding on to something that's worth an astonishing $71,000. Yes, you heard that right. $71,000. That's the kind of money a rare, error-filled 2020 National Park quarter could fetch in the right market. So, if you've been collecting coins or just have a few quarters lying around, now is the time to take a closer look. You might just find that one in a million coin that turns your small change into a fortune. Top 3, we have something that will definitely catch your attention, especially if you're a fan of rare coins. In this video, we're going to explore the 2003 Illinois State Quarter, a coin that could be hiding in your collection right now, worth far more than you might expect. So grab your magnifying glass and let's take a closer look at this iconic quarter and why it's getting so much buzz in the world of coin collecting. Released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, the Illinois State Quarter was the 21st coin in the series, issued in 2003. The design on this quarter is a tribute to the state's rich history, featuring an image of the famous Chicago skyline with the Illinois state outline in the background. But what really makes this coin stand out to collectors is not just the artwork. It's the rarity and the hidden potential for a small minting error that can make this quarter incredibly valuable. Now, you may be wondering, what makes the Illinois quarter from 2003 so special? While millions of these coins were produced, not all of them were created equal. Over the years, certain minting errors have surfaced that have driven collectors wild. The most common error to look for is the double die variety, where part of the design on the coin is unintentionally duplicated due to a malfunction in the die used to strike the coin. This creates a unique look that sets the coin apart from the rest, making it highly desirable to collectors. The Illinois quarter is also known for some other interesting flaws that increase its value. One of these errors is the clash die mistake. This occurs when the dies that strike the coin accidentally touch each other during the minting process, leaving a faint imprint on the coin. These types of imperfections are very rare, which is exactly why they're so valuable. If you happen to have one of these error coins, or if your 2003 Illinois State Quarter is in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might just be sitting on a gold mine. While most of these quarters were circulated and spent in daily transactions, coins that have been kept in great condition are much harder to find. In fact, some of these error coins have been known to fetch a price that will truly surprise you. So, here's the moment you've been waiting for. How much could a 2003 Illinois State Quarter really be worth? If you have one in excellent condition or one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an impressive $67,000. Yes, you heard that right. $67,000 for a simple quarter. It's amazing how a coin that's less than 20 years old could hold such incredible value. If you're a coin enthusiast or just starting your collection, now is the perfect time to go through your quarters and take a closer look at your 2003 Illinois coins. You never know, you might have one of these rare gems in your collection without even realizing it. Top 4, we have something truly exciting to talk about. An incredibly rare and valuable coin that might just be hiding in your collection or in your spare change. If you've ever wondered about the potential worth of U.S. state quarters, then you're in for a treat because today's focus is the 2005 West Virginia State Quarter. This coin could be worth far more than you ever thought possible. Released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, The West Virginia quarter came out in 2005, and its design is a tribute to the state's breathtaking natural beauty. The quarter features a simple yet striking depiction of a coal miner, along with a depiction of the state's famous Appalachian Mountains. The background is a nod to the state's coal mining history, a vital part of West Virginia's economy and culture for centuries. This design is a symbol of resilience and strength, making the coin both historically significant and visually appealing. But what really makes this particular quarter stand out from the rest? Well, while millions of these quarters were produced, there are a few that have rare errors or unique features that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. In the world of coin collecting, it's all about the details. And even the smallest minting mistake can make a huge difference in a coin's value. One of the most coveted features collectors are looking for in the 2005 West Virginia quarter is an error that occurs during the minting process. The most notable error that can make this coin incredibly valuable is a double die variety. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is improperly aligned, causing part of the design to appear twice, creating a doubling effect. It's a rare mistake, and coins with this error are highly sought after. Another thing to look for is a clash die error, which happens when the dies used to mint the coin collide with each other, leaving faint, extra markings or designs on the coin. These kinds of minting mistakes are rare, and they can really make a coin stand out in a collector's eyes. The more unusual the error, the more money you can potentially make from selling the coin. Even without these minting errors, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in determining its value. If you happen to find a 2005 West Virginia quarter that has been carefully preserved in uncirculated condition, meaning it has been stored well and shows no signs of wear or damage, it will be worth significantly more than a coin that has been through years of circulation. So, what's the bottom line? If you happen to have a 2005 West Virginia quarter in excellent condition or, even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be holding on to something worth an astonishing $63,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $63,000 for a single quarter. Imagine finding such a valuable coin in your pocket change or in an old collection. It's incredible how something so small can hold so much value. And it's a reminder that coin collecting is not just about collecting coins, it's about discovering hidden treasures from our nation's history. So, if you've got any 2005 West Virginia quarters lying around, take a close look at them. You might just have a rare coin that could make you a small fortune. Top 5, we have something really exciting for you that could make you look at your spare change in a whole new light. We're talking about the 2002 Ohio State quarter, an often overlooked coin that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you're into rare coins or just love discovering hidden treasures, stick around because this one's going to blow your mind. Released in 2002 as part of the 50 State Quarters program, the Ohio quarter is the 17th coin in the series. And just like all the other state quarters, it features a design that honors the state's unique history and culture. The reverse side of the coin showcases a beautiful representation of Ohio's famous landmarks, a soaring eagle, a farmer's plow, and the state's outline. The eagle represents Ohio's rich history in agriculture, while the plow highlights its role as a farming state. The combination of these elements on the coin tells the story of Ohio's strength and its foundation in both nature and industry. But here's where things get really interesting. While millions of these quarters were minted, there are certain aspects that can make this coin incredibly rare and valuable to collectors. And as with many rare coins, the value often lies not just in the design, but in the little imperfections that can occur during the minting process. One of the most sought-after features in the world of coin collecting is the presence of minting errors. The 2002 Ohio quarter has a few of these, and trust me, coin collectors are on the lookout for them. One of the more valuable errors is the double die variety. This happens when the die used to stamp the coin is misaligned during production, causing the design to appear twice on the coin. A double die coin is considered a mistake, and these types of errors can really increase the value of the quarter. If you're lucky enough to find one of these misprints in your collection, you could be holding a gold mine. Another error to look for is a clash die error. This happens when the dies used to strike the coin accidentally come together without a blank planchet between them, leaving extra markings or imprints on the coin. These errors are rarer, and collectors are always on the lookout for these unique features. Even the smallest mistake during the minting process can make this coin worth a significant amount more than its face value. But here's the kicker. If you happen to have one of these rare Ohio quarters in pristine condition, free from scratches, wear, or tarnish, you could have a true treasure on your hands. Uncirculated quarters that are kept in top condition are much more valuable than the ones that have been used and worn through daily transactions. The better the condition, the higher the price tag. So, what's the final word? If you have a 2002 Ohio State quarter that's in great condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be holding on to something worth a jaw-dropping $60,000. Yes, that's right, $60,000 for a single quarter. It's amazing to think that a coin that's only around 20 years old can be worth so much. If you've got a collection of state quarters or happen to find one of these Ohio quarters lying around, it's definitely worth giving it a closer look. Who knows? You might be sitting on a rare coin that could change your life.